Now, today's topic is taking your fitness routine to the next level. And I chose this topic because a lot of you had reached out and expressed an interest in learning more about how to maintain your fitness while going through treatment, or possibly finding a new treatment routine after you're done with your treatment. And just overall, the benefits of fitness, how it's so beneficial for us to be healthy, as we go through this myeloma journey. And many of you may remember that Vania was with us back in January, and she helped us get our winter reboot exercise going on there. And she provided us with some great tips. So this is kind of like a follow-up to that. And then we get a special treat today because Vania is going to be helping us prepare for the upcoming 5K, African American Multiple Myeloma Awareness 5K. So she has some handouts that you will receive in addition to the recording of this session here. So I'm looking forward to that. So I'm excited to have Vania back with us. She's our featured speaker for today. Vania Hudson is the founder of the Healthy Aging Tree movement. She created the company to bring awareness to healthy aging for individuals over the age of 50 and to teach proactive solutions to minimize and manage the onset of age-related physical conditions. As a 30-year survivor of traumatic brain injury, Ms. Hudson officially committed herself to changing her lifestyle through smart nutrition choices and consistent physical activity. Now, Vania is presently a rehabilitation services administrative scholar working on her master's in kinesiology and rehabilitation science at the University of Hawaii at Manawa. How fun is that? So, Ms. Vania, the time is now yours.
Awesomeness. It is absolutely fantastic to see everybody today. If you haven't met me before, welcome again. I love talking to this group as a group of individuals that are so spunky and ready to get moving and get their health in order. So Valerie, thank you for the introduction. And just so I can add another notch to something on to my intro, I am officially now a cancer survivor myself. I was diagnosed last year with gynecological cancer. They caught it in time, successful surgery. I rehabilitated myself over the winter time. And I am happy to say that there is 0 cancer cells present and I am HPV negative. So glory to God with that. But I will attribute, of course, God to that and keeping physically active and eating properly. So the more proactive we are, the more we can ward off the bad stuff that happens if and when we get a diagnosis. And as we continue to, deal with, different stages and recovery, we can still safely keep ourselves healthy and not wither away, because we don't want to do that. Not good for the mind or the body. So I'm understanding here you all are doing a virtual 5K August 13th. That is going to be absolutely fun. I just finished my 11th year with the Hustle Up the Hancock, which was actually Soldier Field, as a lung health champion, because we couldn't do the Hancock because of COVID precautions. January 2023, we should be up there, but we have to train to do that. You just can't do, 1,100 stairs or a 5K overnight. Yeah, you probably walk regularly to and from your car or, at the grocery store or whatever it is. But to strengthen and condition your body takes a little work. And since you have an ample amount of time, I'm going to present to you all today, and it'll be in the handout, the 7-week plan to help you get started, which you should do each week, how you can modify. So make sure you keep this video handy for the modifications, and work out with it if you would like as well. And then of course the actual exercises, which I will explain to you during our question and answer, how you can integrate the two so that you don't feel overwhelmed. So what we're going to do is our first set of exercises. And yes, we're working out. I got full clearance to work out. You always want, of course, have your water with you. I always have vitamin water with me, just for the extra nutrients. A lot of people who don't work out regularly lose a lot of electrolytes fast. And what you want to do is make sure that you drink either something that has electrolytes in it with zero sugar. Let me repeat, zero sugar. The sugar is going to do you no good. You can get something as simple as Pedialyte. All of you that are parents or babysat a little person knows that Pedialyte rehydrates your body over and over again and keeps you from going and getting ill. So what you want to do is something like that. If you decide you want to do a Powerade or a Gatorade, I do not recommend Gatorade, but some folks do it because there is still some sugar in it. But Powerade Zero will have zero sugar in it and has the right amount of electrolytes in it. So what we're going to do today, so you should get comfortable. I don't see anybody on the screen, so you don't have to worry about who's watching you. But what we're going to do is a simple workout. And I am recommending in this workout that you do the workout 3 times a week. And again, I will help you understand how to integrate your workout in with the walking and or running that you're going to do with the 7-week plan that I've come up with. All right. So what we're going to do is, and you can do this sitting or standing, but what I like, we need to learn how to get these ankles and wrists strengthened. And yes, I say our wrists because if for some unfortunate reason you do take a tumble, your arms and hands need to be strong enough to help you catch your fall and not break. Those of us that are a little weaker in our ankles and our wrists, if we take a fall, it can be some of the worst types of breaks if you're not careful. So what we're going to do is an inversion and an eversion. And that's basically if you're on your feet, your ankles, with one foot, you're going to balance it. If you need a chair or your wall, I always tell anybody that if you do need something to hold on to, that you can do that, all right? So you can modify holding on to something, but the goal is to get your complete stabilization in your core. You're going to do what's called a sweep in and then bring it to the top, back to the starting position. So typically your foot is straight here and then you're going to take it in. This is going inversion and then bring it to starting position and then in and bring it back. Don't go out the other way because that's called eversion. So what we're going to do is you're going to take it in and out, in, out. You're going to do this. I have you doing it 20 times. So if you don't have that stability yet, start off with 5, then 10. Slowly increase it up to the 20 per set. And then you'll go to the opposite side and do the same thing. We're only going to do 5 here. So we're going to take it in, out to the starting position, 2, back, 3, back, 4, back, 5, back, and relax. This is teaching us how to lengthen those tendons in our ankles. Now you're going to do it the opposite way. You're going to take it outward. So we went in this time. Now we're going to go out. I'm actually weak on this ankle myself. So what you're going to do is you're going to try to push that ankle out to that side, to that wall as far as you can. Bring it back in. Bring it in. Out, back in, 3, in, 4, in, 5, in, relax. Going to the other side. Again, if you get tired, hold on to a chair that does not roll and or the wall or a stable banister. We're going to go out on the other side 5 times and we're taking it out, in, out, in, out, in, 4, in, 5, in, relax. Shake out your legs. If you start to feel that tingling or whatever, because that means your quads and your hamstrings are saying, oh my gosh, what is she doing now? We're going to go back to that left side. We're going to circle our ankles now. So you're going to take the toe pointed and then circle for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and bring it back. Go into your other side and take it out. Circle. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I lost my balance. That's okay. And then go the opposite direction. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and bring it back. All right, shaking out those legs. The next one we're going to do, and I'm gonna make you guys get up and down. So if you have problems getting on your back, if you have a BOSU, like I do right here, you can do that, or just lay flat on your back. If your back is compromised, you can always do the BOSU to help you flatten that back. You're gonna look straight up in the air on your mat. And what we're gonna do is march in place, lifting those legs and knees straight up, because we're working on our hips right here. Bringing it up and down. That's what you're gonna be doing when you're walking. So you're gonna do this 10 times, or 5 times, I'm sorry, we're only doing 5 reps due to time. So we're gonna go 5, over, 4, over, 3, over, 2, over, and 1. This is our modified. Again, you can use a BOSU or stack of pillows or towels. If you have the full use of your back, you can go, my BOSU is in my way, but you can flatten your back on the floor. And again, you're tucking those hips in toward your chest and tummy. And then you will march just like we did, keeping those hands to the side. This is the full range of motion using and extending your back, all right? So again, when you're reviewing these and doing your workouts, you can have this video to refer back to. So we're gonna come back onto our hands and knees, all right? So hands and knees, we're gonna do what's called, they kind of call it quadricep alternate arm and something, but it's actually, we call it bird dog. And what you're gonna do, your arms and hands are up under your shoulders. You shouldn't extend those arms out because you will compromise your shoulder, neck, and back. So as difficult as it may seem that your hands and arms are up on the shoulders, is giving your neck and back a flat line, straight line. Nothing is curved, everything is straight. You will look straight ahead. You're going to extend this arm out and leg, opposite side, and bring it in, trying to tuck it in. This is the full range. You'll go 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and relax. Now, if your wrists are weak, and that's what I said, we're going to work on our wrists as well. If your wrists are weak, you can stop and then circle those wrists forward and backward. We're going to come back on the floor. Hands are up under those shoulders. And then we're going to extend out the other arm and leg. But this time we're going to modify. Okay, you might not be able to extend that leg up in the air and hold it. So this time you're going to extend it out, touching the mat with your foot, your toes, and then you're going to bring it in, touching the mat on the inside as well. So you're going to take it out and in, out, in, out, in, out, in, one more, out, in, and relax. You'll feel your core begin to tighten as you do that. That is helping you keep your core stabilize, your upper, middle, and your lower abdominal walls, all right? If you ever need to take a break whenever you're working out, stop, hydrate, shake out your arms, legs, and then continue. If you ever begin to hurt, like sharp pain, you should stop immediately. All right, So now we're going to do what's called some front kicks, glide kicks. And what you're going to do is you're going to take, wrong arm, I always do the wrong arm. You're going to take your left arm up, left leg back, and then right foot up and right arm back. You're going to bring it up and back. So it's just like a little move right here, okay? Up, you're balancing yourself. You might not go far back. If you can't go far back, you'll just tap where you can. You might only go a few centimeters. If you have that range of motion, you can take it all the way back. You will feel that work in your thighs, your hips, and your calves for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Shake out that right leg because it's like, oh my gosh, what's going on? That's okay. And then we'll go to the other side, taking that left leg, right leg back, right arm up, and then right arm, left arm back, and left foot forward. Same thing. 5 count and 5, back, 4, back, 3, back, 2, back, 1, back, and relax. And just so you can see what that looks like from the side, you can make sure you're not humped over like I just was. You want to keep your arms and shoulders back, head is up nice and tall, and you will take it back and up. So this is what it looks like from the side. Nice, slow, rhythmic movements. The next exercise we're going to do is reverse lunge, because you're going to do a lot of stepping forward as you try to complete your run and or your walk. And so what we want to do is we have to strengthen our largest muscles, our glutes, our thighs, and our calves. So what we're going to do, and just like we were just doing this glide step, now we're going to take it into a reverse lunge. So what you're going to do, you're going to take it down and up, down and up. Now, if you can't do that, and most people have a little challenge with that, the modification for this is you take it back and up, back and up. If you feel balanced enough, because believe it or not, swinging the arms helps you to keep your balance. But if you have the balance to keep your hands on the hips, you can just extend it back and up, extend back and up. Or if you're feeling really strong, you can do the full reverse lunge, which is taking it down and up, down and up, down, up, 2 more, down, up, down, up, relax. We're going to go to the other side and do that. Get ready. I will modify on this side. You're just taking it back and up, back and up, back, up, back, up. 1 more, back, up, and relax it. All right, we're getting those large muscles warmed up. All right, going to our next set here. Again, if you are feeling a little dehydrated, make sure that you get your water. So we're going to start and work on our thoracic spine and neck. So doing that, we're going to come back as far as we can on our heels. Some of us may not be able to do that because of knee issues, in which case you can stay on top of your knees. But what we're going to do is stretch the back, the mid back, and our necks. You're going to have your hand on top of your head, like so, elbow is down, and then what you're trying to do is open it up and close it down, all right? That's in the modified position. If you cannot do that at all, you're going to take this arm to the back. You're going to open up and bring it down. Open up and bring it down. If you have full range of motion. You're coming back on the knees. Hand is positioned right here in front of that opposite knee. Head on top of the head, elbows down. And now you're going to open it up for 5, down, 4, down, 3, down, 2, down, 1, down, and relax it. Coming back to the other side. If we modify, which I will do for you, I'm on all fours, hand is behind my back, head is looking straight down at that mat, bringing those shoulders and head up and down, 4, down, 3, down, 2, down, 1, down, and relax it. Let's come down to the floor. Coming back on our backs here. We're going to do a bridge. Again, we're supporting and strengthening that middle and lower back. If you can keep your hands to the side, that's great. If not, you can extend them out. We're going to just bridge it up and hold it for a second and then lower it. You're going to do it 10 times with your, well, maybe I have 8 for you guys. No, yes, I do have 8. You do 8 count, but we're going to do 5 right now. So let's take it up, extend it up to the top, and then lower. 2, and down. Inhale up, always inhale up, and then exhale on the return. Bring it up and down, up, down, one more, up, down, and relax. If you feel that doing that, kind of strains your back a little bit, we do a little roll here where we massage your lower back and you can bring your knees together and then you rock from side to side 5 times. If you can do it, you try to rock it without falling all the way over. So just a little bit to massage that lower back. All right. We're going to go back over on to the mat. We're going to turn tummies over. This is actually an upward dog. It can also be called a modified push-up, modified press-up as well. But we're going to keep our hands to the side. A lot of folks try to extend out. That's because they don't have that strength in their shoulders. If you don't have the strength in your shoulders or your triceps, you can still do this. You just won't push yourself up as far. Okay, you'll take it up. This is modified for 5, down, 4, down, 3, down, 2, down, 1, down, and relax it. That's modified. If you are stronger in those arms, what you're going to do is the full press up. We're going to take it up like this. Your chin is coming up to the ceiling, and then you're coming down. All right. You're going to do it again. Up, you'll feel that stretch, and down in your back. Take it down. Up, down, 2 more. Up, down, 1, down, and relax it. All right. I hope everybody is doing well. So this one, I'm not going to do the full plank because there are very many variations of the plank. If you have the upper body strength, you can do a full plank on your elbows and you're holding in this position. You want to try not to stick your tush up or sink down. You want to keep it straight. If you don't have that strength, you can go on your knees and on your elbows, or you can come up into full modification with those knees up or legs up and your hands up under those shoulders. You'll do this plank. The ultimate goal is for 1 minute. My arms are under my shoulders as I'm looking at myself. The ultimate goal is 1 minute. You can start off with 10 seconds, 15. Work yourself up until race day, okay? All right. The next one is a good exercise to help you stretch and massage your back. I don't have my foam roll up here with me, but you can do this without a foam roll. It's doing I call it happy bug. And if you're on your foam roll, you'll feel that stretch in your back. So what you're doing is you're going to take those arms up and down. You're going to go opposite arm and leg extended. 5 and 4, 3, 2, and 1, and relax it. The other one you're going to do, I believe I have here, yes, is our snow angels. And with our snow angels, you can have your legs bent or extended out. Just depends on you. My phone is falling all over the place. I apologize for that. And what you're going to do is open those legs and make a snow angel. You'll open up, so bring those arms all the way up, and then bring them all the way down. Bring them up and down. You can do that on your foam roll as well. It's a really good stretch if you have a foam roller. You can even do that on a rolled blanket or towel. To get that feeling for that stretch in your entire spine, all right? So you will always move it out and in, out, in, all right? Next one we're gonna do is with the exercise ball, which I don't have either up here. I don't have my materials with me, but this one is for your hip flexor. So if I had an imaginary ball right here, my foot could go right here on top of that ball. You can bring that leg up on top of your ankle on top of that knee, and then press that knee away from your hip. To go full modification with this, you'll put that right foot on the floor, bent leg, and then you'll bend the other knee. Have that ankle on top of the floor, and then you're pushing away. This is stretching out the flexor. Your body, if you're not a walker or a runner, and this is your first time doing a 5K, you're going to feel the stiffness and that lactic acid buildup. So you're going to want to stretch out your flexors on a daily basis. I know I have 3 times a week on this, but if you can do this daily, even you can do this in the bed in the morning, it will do wonders for your hips and your mobility. You'll do this and hold it for about 30 seconds, and then switch legs and go to the other side. We're going to do the same thing, push that bent leg and knee away from your body. You'll feel that gentle stretch. It typically feels really good. Make sure your back is not arched. You always want to keep the hips tucked in, pelvis tucked in, and then push away from your body and hold it right there. Okay. This feels really good. You can do this and breathe normally without any labored breathing. So hold it for 20 to 30 seconds as well. Okay. We're going to bring that leg down, and then we will roll up gently. And so we're going to do a couple of yoga poses, and then I am going to take some questions here. So the first one will be our chair pose. If you have trouble balancing for a chair pose, for any kind of standing yoga pose, you can always bring your chair. Again, do not try this at home with a rolling chair, okay? You should have a stable chair. But for your chair pose, what you want to do is almost like you're sitting down in your chair. I guess I should turn this around so you can see it. I'm not going to sit because I don't want to roll. But depending on the flexibility of those ankles, and that's why we have to learn to stretch them each and every day, you'll take it down like you're going to sit down, and you're going to try to bring those arms up to your ears. Some folks might be here, some might be there, some might be just trying to be able to sit, but you want to get into the sitting motion, okay? So that's why we call it a chair yoga pose. So you'll inhale and you'll go to your pose. Again, depending on how those ankles are feeling for you that morning, Look straight ahead. Keep your neck and back aligned with one another. We'll hold it here for 10 to 15 seconds starting out, and then you can increase as your back and your glutes and your thighs and ankles get stronger, and then you can come up. The next one you will do is your warrior pose. You'll need to do a warrior pose on each side. So the warrior pose is the final stretch to help you out. You'll stand right here in the front, extending this front leg out. The back leg, foot is facing the camera, my left side right here. You're gonna bend as far as you can. Some folks can go all the way down, some cannot. But all we wanna do is bend where you can. I'm just going a short distance myself right here. So the reverse warrior pose, you're gonna extend these arms straight out. You're gonna lower that left arm. We're gonna flip up this front arm. And then what you will do is curve it back and try to extend that arm over the head and extend that back arm as far down your leg as possible. You'll feel that nice stretch. You'll have some balance. Again, if you can't go deep into it, you don't have to. The goal is to learn to regain that flexibility. And you hold it right there. You'll bring that arm down and straighten up. And then we'll go to the opposite side and do the same thing. You'll take yourself into a warrior pose. You're gonna flip up that front hand, lower the back, and then you will inhale as you curve and bring it all the way back. We're gonna hold it right there. Keep holding it. Again, the stronger you get, the longer you'll be able to hold your pose. We'll bring it back up, come back into warrior, and lower those arms. All right, I know we did a lot today, but you always want to try to lower your heart rate once you do a workout. And what we need to do is, I know this is a run, I didn't give you any typical stretching and movement exercises, but these will be very instrumental in helping you condition your body. So the last one we're gonna do to bring down that heart rate is our tree pose. This is a fully modified tree pose right here. You can go on either side, whether you're left-handed or right-handed. If your foot is all the way down to the floor, heel is into that ankle, it's the modified. And some folks naturally are turning because their trunk is stiff. So as you become more flexible, you'll be able to bring your hips, open those hips and open straight up right here, okay? This will be your tree pose. You'll take it up and then bring your hands down into a prayer position and hold it there. As you get stronger, you'll be able to slide that foot all the way up and hold your pose. You can bring your hands up like wings, and you'll take a deep breath in and blow it out. Inhale in and take it out. And one last time, inhale in and exhale out. You lose your balance, that's okay. Bring your feet together, lower your hands. Wiggle those legs as you stood on that dominant leg for a little bit. Bring those hands back into prayer position, and then you can bow to yourself and namaste. So that is a shortened version of the workout you will receive. And we can open this up, Valerie, for questions and answers as I go through the template for the actual training itself for the walk run.
Awesome. Thank you for that, Vania. I have not got that warrior pose down pat yet.
It takes practice. And I mean, if you're having an off day and you know how to do it, sometimes you can't hold it. So it's no worries whatsoever.
Yes, yes, yes. So we are going to open it up. If we have a few questions, I can't see the box there, but Vania, if you wanted to go over some of what they'll be seeing in that sheet and some ways to kind of prep there, One question that I wanted to ask while we're
Hmm.
getting ready, Vania, for somebody that has issues with their knees,
Hmm.
yes, because that's an issue for a lot of people, and just walking is not optimal, definitely not running. What do you recommend?
If you are trying to attempt a 5K walking, everything you do should be in training should be half of what is recommended. Easy. And then at that point, you should even begin to modify and or stop if you begin to feel any pain. I would also get a recommendation from your physician that you are clear, especially if you have knee issues or knee replacement or something, that you can actually do the workout, the walk with modifications. It can be done, but you're going to be doing the walk or the run. It won't be a run if you have serious knee issues, but you'll be doing that walk for general purposes. It won't be to try to get the best time and all that stuff. It will definitely be for, just for fun. So you have to make sure that, and even if you do knee exercises, like bird dog and a couple other things I had on the knees to do, you should basically eliminate those. And in any case, because you're trying to, and I'm gonna move this camera just a little bit, when you're trying to work to get those legs and knees stronger, I will defer back to, and even when you do your happy bug here, it's sometimes hard to extend the legs. What you're going to do is move in minimal position. You're not going to do full extension. You want to make sure that if you even do like a bicycle, which is recommended too, you can come up in the air and move those legs. You won't go full range of motion, kicking the heel out like this, but you want to learn how to do a small movement so that your hips and legs are moving at the top and you're strengthening these thighs at the same time. Does that make sense?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. You make all of this look so easy, Ben. Yeah.
It wasn't always easy, trust me.
We got it. Some of us have to build and get
Yes,
there.
you do. You have to truly build. It does not, I tell everybody, you didn't get this way overnight. You throw a few clunks and clinks in it, and then an age, it takes time. And again, I had an injury earlier this year, and I was in fantastic shape, and still, because I stepped the wrong way, and you get older, it takes you longer to heal. So you have to keep everything into consideration and know that you are not elite athletes, and that's okay. And elite athletes even have their issues too. So you have to listen to your body. And a lot of folks don't want to listen to their body.
Yeah, we got to do that.
Yes.
All right. So I see Wendy has a question here.
Mm-hmm.
If you've had back surgery,
Mm-hmm.
are all these exercises that you've shown us, are those safe? She said she had spinal fusion about 4 months ago, and the orthopedic surgeon said that she can go back to playing tennis and hiking. The back is stable.
If your orthopedist told you that you could go back to tennis and hiking, that's a good sign that the exercises that I showed you today would be acceptable. I would not do them without getting their blessing first. If you need further, again, and you should refer back to this, if you need further modifications, and even once you talk to your orthopedist, Valerie, if you want to give them my email address, I'm happy to answer any questions that need to be answered, and can definitely give you a few samples of other exercises if they are saying that those are in fact a bit much. I don't see it being like that because they're allowing you to play tennis. Tennis is one of the most labor intensive total body exercises and workouts that you can have. So
Awesome. Thank you.
mm-hmm.
And Wendy, I'm proud of you. You're playing tennis after
Girl,
4 months of that. You rock. You rock.
I've never been able to play tennis, so God bless you. I just
I'm learning pickleball now, so that's kind of like a modified tennis, and it's fun. All right, looks like Cindy asks,
Uh-huh.
where should the foam roller be placed
When
when
doing
doing
this.
the
Mhm.
snow angels on the back exercises? Where do you put that?
Yes. So I know it's gonna be like weird. I'm trying to use something. And I hate I didn't have my foam, I didn't bring it out. So this is your foam roll, my vitamin water. This is your foam roll. Okay. And what you're going to do, your body is going to be laying right on top of the foam roll. So what's going to happen is your spine will be laying right there on that foam roll. When you go back, and I recommend, because especially if you have a weak neck, to make sure that you are scooted down enough so your head is on top of the foam roll, and then your back is on there, and it's gonna feel like, from your head to your tailbone, it's gonna feel like everything else is hanging out, which is it's supposed to. So when you do that, it's gonna naturally open up your chest and stretch out those chest muscles, those pec muscles. All right. When you begin to do the angel, now we're working those shoulders and the lats, the side muscles right here. When you start bringing in the feet, you do the feet movement to like you're sweeping the snow, then you are working the adductor, abductor muscles in your thighs and your outer thighs and your inner thighs. So yes, sometimes it takes a little coordination. You can start off with just getting the feel of doing that movement with your arms. Then as you feel comfortable on that, because if you don't have great balance just yet, you're gonna move a little, roll a little bit from side to side. Once you start doing it, you're gonna be like, oh my God, this feels so good. And it'll be one of your main stretches to do in anything, not just trying to train for something.
Awesome, awesome. And Cindy is very pleased with that. The role is parallel to the background, and I think that's what you said there.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes, it
Um,
is.
and then Ida, I think that addresses your question as well. If it doesn't, just kind of retype if you need a little bit more information, but I think that addressed yours. Cosmond, you mentioned zero sugar. Wouldn't some sugar provide energy for the workout? Good question, Common.
Very good question. It will, but you're gonna crash. You're gonna crash. You're gonna crash hard, and you're gonna be saying not nice things to people. So typically, and what happens is the sugar is going to produce the type. It'll burn into it will burn into energy. Not should. It will burn into some energy, but it's going to do it for a quick moment, and it's not going to sustain you. Okay. So that's why any time you begin your workout or your walk or run, you need to try to eat something with high protein before, at least an hour before your walk, run, or workout. And that can be a boiled egg. That can be a piece of chicken. It can be whatever you like for a protein. You want it to always stay high and low in sugar, because the quick energy will come there, but you will crash out. You won't feel well. Some of the energy drinks, like I said, like a Powerade Zero, it has the appropriate electrolytes in it, or even Pedialyte, and you'll stay hydrated. The goal is to stay hydrated. As you get stronger, your energy is going to pick up anyway, especially if you're eating well. So you can't just think, okay, I'm doing a workout here or training and not eat well. So everything works hand in hand together. So you must come up with a reasonable nutrition plan for yourself, so that you can have sustained energy. I'm gonna say it again, sustained energy over the day. And as you begin to train and come up to your, actual training day, that week of, you want to be packing in good carbs. The good carbs are what's going to give you the energy you're going to need to make it through that race day or event day. I don't want to say it's a race, because we don't want to race.
So, Vanya, with that being said, can you recommend what are some good carbs? And also, what are your thoughts on protein bars? Because we hear a lot about, oh, just grab a protein bar, or, some kind of bar.
Right. Um, on protein bars, read your labels. Everybody doesn't like certain stuff. If you look on the back of your protein bar and you can't pronounce half of the stuff that's on there, you probably don't want to put it in your body. You want to look for as less sugar again as possible. You want to look for the higher proteins. You want fiber. Fiber will help you keep yourself regular as well and help process all of your nutrients. You want to make sure that the carbs are at a different, it's okay to be a high carb on a protein bar in the morning. And again, you gotta make sure, you know, you can pronounce the stuff that's that's on the label. I don't recommend any particular bar. There's some that I personally like, but everybody doesn't like the same stuff. So, and it's truly a trial and error, because some folks like some taste of some things and some don't. If you got to, and I will say this, if you have a inkling for a little sweet or something, look for something with dark chocolate in it. Dark, not 50% dark chocolate in it, but something with enough dark chocolate in it and some type of nut and seed in it if you don't have the allergy. There's other bars that have quinoa and flaxseed, which is good for our bones and joints. You just have to take the time, which a lot of us think we don't have, but if it's in regards to our health, you have to make the time to make sure that whatever you're putting in when you read it, if you're doing something over the, purchasing it out of the store, you got to read that label. And if you guys come up with something and say, hey, Vania, I saw blah, 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 in the store, what do you think about this? Again, my contact information will be there. I'll shoot you something quick if I've heard about it or not, and let you know. And then there was another question too. I'm sorry.
The good carbs. What are some?
The good carbs. Good carbs. Man, I love avocado. Good Lord. Avocado is probably one of the best carbs known to Jesus, but it's very fatty. So you have to think about your good carbs and eat it in moderation. Okay. So if you do, say, a piece of whole grain toast and put like a teaspoon to maybe two, you can sneak a little, put some red pepper flakes on it or some crushed tomato. That's a good carb right there. That's a nice, great snack to help you re-energize yourself after slumping over the laptop. If you're working virtual all day and you can't get up, that is definitely something that will help you. Pasta, yes, pasta is like my vice. One of my vices. Cheeses are good as well. Pasta, I recommend that you don't do the regular pasta. You either do a vegetable pasta, which will come in like spinach, or they have zucchini, red beets. I'm not a beets person, but if you do the vegetable pasta combination, because they're making it with the vegetables, it's a good combination and it gives you that natural carb energy that you need. Breads are good. Again, you've got to be you can't eat the whole loaf of bread or the entire bag of bagels. If you want a bagel, get half of the bagel. Put a smear of some cream cheese on it. Don't use half of the tub of cream cheese. Try to go low fat or zero fat with it. You know what? I'm gonna send you guys. Remind me, Valerie. I'm gonna send you guys a list that you can reference on that. And you can, it's a lot of stuff that you already eat, but you just don't think that it's as healthy as it is, but it really is. You just have to do it in moderation, because what happens is it's the great carbs, but it will pack on the pounds if you eat too much of it.
Cool. So I think I've heard it's like a balance of the healthy carbs and the fat. The fat will sustain you a lot.
The good fat, which avocado is a good fat, but again, if you eat too much of it, it's gonna blow you up because it's still fat at the end of the day. So you couple that with your vegetables. You need to have a healthy serving of vegetables. I try to have vegetables 3 times a day. That's what the natural fiber will help you with, to keep you pushing and cleaning your system out. If you can't do you're allergic to vegetables, as I say, like my sons were, You can make it in a smoothie and put, half a banana in your smoothie and some ice. And there are things you can do to compensate for some people think, vegetables are totally disgusting, but if you can get it in something each meal, it'd be fantastic. You want to try to have more vegetables on your plate than anything, except the week of training or week of an event. If you're running or walking, again, you would amp up the healthy carbs a little bit more.
Mm-hmm. What about fruit? Because I know a lot of times people talk about, if you eat fruit, particularly the watery fruit, that will help with your water intake as well. How is that when it comes to carbs? Are we trading off anything there, or?
No, fruit is fantastic. But again, if you eat too much fruits, especially if you're diabetic, it can be a bad situation. Fruit is fabulous. You should get your daily servings of fruit, 3 to 4. You shouldn't eat the whole watermelon, but a nice, a simple slice. I love watermelon, but because it's built up with so much water, it makes me go to the bathroom like that. That's why I don't even eat watermelon, because it's just like an instant, I got to go to the bathroom. Watermelon is probably some of the best fruit you can ever eat. It will help you cleanse out your system. It will help you stay hydrated, but you have to do that in moderation. If you do your fruit, I always advise folks to try to eat fruit first thing in the morning or midday. The later you go into your evening or night eating fruit, that actually turns into fat, and it's stored in the fat stores in your body. And you don't want, because it's sugar and it turns literally, and for women, as the older we get, it's going straight to our midsection or our bottoms. So if you take that fruit, which is a natural energy boost as well, and will help you replenish actually some of the fluids and electrolytes you've lost. That's why right after a race, you'll always get a banana, piece of fruit or something. It will help you regain some of that energy and fluids, but you can't, eat later, because it has a different purpose the later in the day it gets.
That's a great tip. I'd never heard that.
Mm-hmm.
I tend to snack on watermelon late in the evening, so
Yeah.
gotta stop that. Oh my
Yeah, just make your cutoff about 5 o'clock. You do it once in a while if you're at a barbecue or something like that. Yeah, I'm not saying eliminate it altogether, but don't make it a habit, because that's what it does. It turns into straight sugar, and then the sugar is trying to find somewhere to store, and it's going to your midsection or your bottom.
Wow, thanks for that.
Mm-hmm.
So Eunice, looks like Eunice she uses a wheelchair and a walker at times.
Okay.
And she's looking to see if you have any favorite wheelchair exercises.
I do. I teach a class at Wellness House it's called chair yoga, and you can do it in your wheelchair as well. And just like we were doing some of the exercises either on our, back or our knees. You can do even the yoga poses. You can do the same way again. So you have your wheelchair, you're going to be nice. You're going to make sure your wheels are locked. I'm going to get another chair from my office. But you can always be in your wheelchair, or any chair for that matter, and you sit straight up. You can do your leg lifts. We were marching in place. You can do this with your hands on your thighs, like so. All right. If you want to grab onto your chair for more stability, if you're trying to get yourself more stable, you can do this as well. We were doing the yoga pose. I'm gonna kind of turn cat a corner here. So with the yoga pose, if we do a warrior pose, and depending on how you are, if you have full range of motion, most folks in their wheelchair may not, but some may. I've come across some things. You can do this sitting down as well, go into warrior pose. Or if you have problem with it, the fully modified version of this is you're up. You're going to scoot up just a tad bit in your chair. So my back is not on that chair. And then you can do the same thing in reverse warrior and do your yoga pose. You can do your ankle circles. We did the exercises inversion, eversion. So when we were going in, you can do this sitting down, making sure your feet are up under your knees. When you say keep your feet up under your hands or knees, you want to make sure they're not extended out, because we're learning how to lengthen and strengthen whichever body part. In this case, it is our thighs and knees. As we're trying to get that mobility back in the foot. You can extend it out when we're working on those ankle circles that we did earlier today. So you can do this backward and forward. We didn't do our arm circles, which is another one for me. Women, we tend to be weak in our arms and our wrists as well. So you want to do your wrist circles with this. In any given moment, it would be great if you learned how, and I'm going to use my water bottle as a weight. You can do your water bottle as a weight to help give you a little bit resistance. If that is too much for you, again, we're only going 5 in each direction. You can always learn how to do this without and get stronger before you add some resistance to it. You can do your shoulder shrugs in up and back, in your chair as well. You can also do your bicep curls in your chair. You can do shoulder raises in your chair. And then you can always go and do your triceps, whether you're bringing it up or extending it out. So just because you're in a chair does not mean you cannot get your workout. One of my clients is a paraplegic, and she was in a car accident back in 1987. And she is probably one of the strongest women I know. And she lifts weights and she does boxing as well. So she's one of the boxers that can do the bag in her chair. So it's definitely possible.
Awesome. Thanks for that. Thanks. And Eunice says she can do that. So thank you.
Awesome. I'm glad.
Cosmin asked again, is regular walking, is that going to cover most of the exercises that you've shown us today?
So this, you're going to get this handy dandy. Can you tell I had kids at one time with Blue's Clues, whoever said handy dandy, but you're going to have this as a reference point. And what I did, I kept it very clutter free. Week 1, it will tell you what you need to do on that during that week. Whether you're going to, if it's, you're going to decide which day you're going to run or walk. And you're going to then follow whatever that directive is for that day. So for week 1 on Monday, it says to run or walk 30 minutes. And you're just going to walk 30 minutes. You're not going to time yourself. You're timing yourself because you want to stop after 30, but you're not trying to pick up any type of specific pace. You're not trying to do any, razzle dazzle. You just want to try to start and try to complete it. If you can't complete it, that's okay. This is something new. You might be only able to do 15 minutes, which is okay. Your body is going to be conditioned to be able to get stronger and more mobile so that you can take extended walks. And even after this initial 5K that you guys have, you should want to keep doing something similar in this pattern. You can repeat the same training so that you can keep yourself going, because once you stop, you will slowly revert back. Like I said, I suffered an injury earlier this winter. I hadn't been able to work out. So I put on a few pounds because I couldn't work out. So, and with women, as we get older, it comes on a little quicker and more vengeful when we stop. So make sure you work with this. I don't know if you have a pedometer you can use, or Fitbit, or Apple. Folks have Apple something, or their phones have something. If you wear it on your body, and it'll track your walking for that day, and then you can see what you did. It will tell you, what days to rest and everything. So the day that you walk, you want to, the ultimate goal is to try to work out, or to try to walk first or run. You'll do stretches, walk or run first, and then come home, get a break, and then try to do your workout, because the workout is going to help you, believe it or not, even though it's going to be giving you a little resistance, it's going to stretch out what you just did for the last 30 minutes. Okay. So, and the goal is to do that 3 times a week. You will be trying to walk 5 to 6 times a week. But you need to at least work out 3 of those days you are walking or running. Does that make sense?
Mhm. Awesome. And we do one more. Eugenia has a question.
Mm-hmm.
She has an issue with her knee and she has to use a brace
Mm-hmm.
and a cane. What exercises are good for her?
So if you have a brace, everything will be modified. Like you were doing the reverse, um, um, lunge. So again, you need to get permission from your provider that it is even okay for you to do this, especially if you have a cane. If you do have a cane, you will have either a piece of furniture, a stable chair, or whatever. And with that modification, you're taking it back. What we're learning how to do is just extend it back on each side. The side that you might be, that's more compromised, you might want to just tap it back, all right, and not try to go a full extension. By no means, if you are using a cane or walker, should you try to do the actual reverse lunge. That is going to take you off balance. So what you're trying to do as you're learning, and I'm not sure if you're in physical therapy or not, is get this range of motion back with each leg, okay? And with any exercise that you are doing, you will again need to have a stable chair with you. You're holding on to the wall, a banister, something that is stable that will not move. And then you will just modify that move so that you don't injure yourself.
Awesome. Thank you, Vania, for being here with us today and providing all those great tips. I always enjoy it. I always learn something too. It's always
Well,
fun.
good. That's what I'm supposed to do. Okay.
Awesome. Awesome. So we hope to have you back soon.
Absolutely. So you guys have to keep me posted on the walk, run stuff. If anybody has any other questions, just tag Valerie. My contact information will be in there somewhere. And you can email me. And I definitely want to give you guys a list with healthy carbs and stuff that you can use. And just start prepping and know. I want everybody to know it's a process, that it takes planning. You're going to have those days you fall off the bandwagon. We all do. But as long as you pick back up and keep going, you are doing your best.
Yeah. Don't quit. Don't quit.
Don't quit. Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Thank you. Now, I invite you to join us next month to hear about our Black Myeloma Health Initiative and how you can volunteer to spread awareness of multiple myeloma in our community. Some of you have been very instrumental in helping us to grow this program, and we're grateful for that. Thank you to everyone who's reached out to join us in our campaigns. We have the Rep in the Tea campaign. So if you guys want to get one of these cool Black Myeloma Health teas, definitely reach out. We're still continuing with the My Story video series, the Spotlight series, and we have a new series that we've started, the Your Story Matters, Hear Me Out. And these are written accounts of your survivorship stories. This month is National Cancer Survivorship Month. So we want to hear your stories. If you're interested in sharing and learning more about any of those campaigns that we have going on, send me an email. You can email Marsha as well, Valerie@healthtree.org or Marsha@healthtree.org. And we have plenty of volunteer opportunities available for you. So Marsha will talk a little bit more about those in next month's meeting, but you don't have to wait until next month. And we're also excited, this is what we've been talking about, the upcoming HealthTree Moves for African American Myeloma Awareness. It's a virtual 5K happening August 13th. It's a Saturday. So we want you to join us in bringing awareness to African American myeloma. There's a link. You can join as an individual, you can join a team, or you can create your own team. If you're looking to join a team, I have the Resilient Warriors out there, and you are more than welcome to come on board and get on my team. I'd certainly appreciate that. And there are other Myeloma Crowd community events that we do have coming up. Tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern, we have the immunotherapy treatment chapter is going to be meeting, and they're going to be discussing Know Your Myeloma Therapy. They're going to be talking about bispecific antibodies with Dr. Cesar Rodriguez. It's a good good program there. Tuesday, June 28th at 6:30, the Florida Myeloma Community Chapter is going to meet, and they're going to be talking about the mental journey of myeloma with Peter Rivkees. And finally, on June 29th, at 4:30 Eastern Time, the Nutrition and Wellness for Myeloma chapter is going to host a live screening of the Forks Over Knives documentary. And then there'll be time for Q&A there. I'm excited about that one. I want to learn some more about that as well. So the link to sign up to any of these events that I just mentioned and even more that I've not mentioned today is found at the bottom of the slide. It's also going to be sent out to you within 48 hours after this event there, so you can get registered. As always, I want to thank our sponsors, without whom this would not have been possible: Bristol Myers Squibb, GSK, Genentech, Janssen Oncology, and AbbVie. And thank you for helping us build a strong African-American myeloma community. I appreciate you and hope that you enjoy the rest of your day. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thanks.